Hello, welcome to Lil's Vintage World. This video is going to be my Agatha Christie standalones, where to start and favourites. And you might be thinking, Lil, haven't you already done this video? Well, yes I did, but I accidentally deleted it. I didn't mean to, but I did, and I'm gutted, but I thought, do you know what? I've had a lot of new subscribers since then, so I thought it was a good chance for my new subscribers to see this video too, in case they don't want to go back. So here it is, my standalones, where to begin, and my favourites. So I think when it comes to Agatha Christie standalones, where to begin, I think the best place to start is with her most famous work, which is And Then There Were None from 1939. This is about a group of people that are placed on an isolated island off Devon, and they are there for a specific reason, and that reason is to get bumped off. They get killed in mysterious and strange ways following a nursery rhyme. This is Agatha Christie's most famous work, and it is so hyped, but it's so worth the hype. It is ingenious. I've read this, I don't know, 5-6 times. I've read this quite a few times and I really enjoy it. It's not one that I crave all the time, but it is one that, despite the fact that it's such a bold storyline and you know who does it, every time you get hooked back in and you can't help but get completely addicted to the story and you have to read it in one sitting. I would say with this book, I did work it out fairly early on, but it didn't take anything away from the story at all. Also, if you're one of these people that read ahead in books, do not do that, because in this, the last line is the name of the murderer. So if you skip ahead, you've ruined it for yourself. You've ruined that time for you to become a detective. This book is so worth the hype, and I think a great thing about this book is that you can go and read it, and then loads of people have also read it, so you can go and talk to it about someone else, or you can talk to it with me, because I love talking about the book. It's great. Please read it. This is where I think you should start because it's just so accessible. Okay, so on to my favourites now. I've got 2 that I'm going to share with you, and then I've got some kind of like honourable mentions. So starting off, I have Sparkling Cyanide. This is, you can probably kind of guess it from the title, it's about someone that gets murdered via cyanide. This is very similar to a short story of Agatha Christie's, which is a Poirot short story called The Yellow Iris, where there's people sat around a table and then someone drinks their drink and gets murdered. It's like a full length version of that. I, again, love this and give it 5 out of 5 stars. Actually, all these books I gave 5 stars to. And it's one that, again, is so addictive, and I feel like deserves the hype that it has, although it doesn't have as much as And Then There Were None. It's still quite a famous one, and it completely deserves to be. So this is one of my favourites. However, this is my favourite standalone of Agatha Christie's. For me, this is one of her best books that she's ever wrote. I do think this is better than And Then There Were None, which I know is a very bold statement to make, but I adore it. I'm sorry if it's not your favourite, but I think it's magnificent, and it is Crooked House. Da da da. So this is about an older gentleman who is married to a slightly younger woman. He lives in a big house with his family and he is murdered, as you can probably tell from what he's murdered by. And the finger of suspicion immediately points to the wife. They think, oh, she's a gold digger, she did it. But did she? I adored this. I worked out who did it really early on. Like, really, really early on. And throughout the book, I was really doubting myself. I was like, is it though? But I was trying to work out who else it could be, and I couldn't figure out who else it could be. And it was the person that I thought it was, which makes this book quite controversial, which I know to you who haven't read it makes no sense at all. But once you've read it, you'll be like, oh yes, I get it now. I think this book is a bit of a Marmite book. You either love it, like I do, or you hate it. But I think this book is realistic, because just read it and you'll see. But it's amazing. I loved it. It's so good. It's so addictive. And I've also seen the adaptation of this, which was out on Channel 5, again, which I loved and I thought was actually a really good adaptation of the book. And yes, this book is everything. It's so good. Okay, so those are my favourites. Those are my 5-star reads. Please, please, please read them. they're great. Just some honourable mentions. First off, Ordeal by Innocence, and the other one that I want to mention is The Clocks. So The Clocks is about someone who's always late for everything, and it really annoys their friends and family. So their friends decide to play a prank on him and get loads of alarm clocks to wake him up, but the alarm clocks go off and he doesn't wake up, and that is because he has been murdered. Dun dun dun. Those books are great. There are so many fantastic standalones. I could do a whole video on all of them, but these ones are my favourites. So now it's down to you guys. Let's have a chat in the comments about all things Agatha Christie standalones. Did your favourite feature in this? Is your favourite, you know, Why Didn't They Ask About Evans or Murder Is Easy? Sorry these didn't appear in here. I would love to know your favourite Agatha Christie standalone. I'd also love to know who is now going to start on their Agatha Christie reading journey, because we need to chat. So that's it for this video. Take care, and I shall see you soon for the next one. Bye for now.